Hi, have you forgotten what happened in season 1 of Wednesday and would like to jog your memory before season 2 starts, but only have 10 minutes? I'm here to help. Timer said, let's go. Wednesday, our unblinking heroine, a young lady of impeccable taste and possessor of remarkable talents, is expelled from her normie school after releasing a bunch of piranhas in the swimming pool trying to avenge her bullied brother. She is forced to join her parents' alma mater, the boarding school Nevermore Academy. That is not Hogwarts, thank you very much. She meets several interesting characters: the headmistress, who is very tall, her wolf woman roommate, who can't wolf out yet, the science teacher, who is a normie, the school cool girl, who is a siren, a geeky telekinetic outcast, a tortured artist who can literally bring his art to life and wants to be her friend, her therapist who is very beige, a hunky normie barista who also wants to be her friend, the town's cranky sherrif who also happens to be the father of the hunky barista. He's cranky in general, but also because there have been 3 murders in the woods around the town, indicating the presence of a monster who may also be one of the students of the weird-ass academy that's nearby. By the end of the episode, Wednesday has survived attempted murder twice and has been saved by A, the hunky tortured artist, B, the monster. She has also started having visions of the future and the past, or maybe she has started losing her mind? Well, maybe she is, because the guy that she saw being killed by the monster, Rowan, is alive and well the next day, and about to be expelled. She sends Thing on a surveillance mission after him, but Thing loses Rowan as he shapeshifts into Principal Whims. Rowan had said that his mom asked him to kill Wednesday to protect the school, which ranks very high in terms of terrible parental advice. After some crime scene investigation with the hunky barista, Wednesday finds Rowan's glasses and has another vision. Our next clue is a purple book with a fancy cover. Forced to engage with the school community while still covertly questioning suspects and witnesses, she gets invested into a boat race that they call Poke Up, which surely wasn't an excuse to get Jenna Ortega into a cute cat costume. Her main motivation is to beat cool girl Bianca. In the process, she encounters the Crackstone Crypt and gets another vision of a creepy girl that looks just like her in a blonde wig and tells her, "You're the key." The Black Cats win the trophy, and while celebrating, Wednesday finds a clue to the secret society she's been looking for, which she checks out later that night. That leads her to an undercover secret library where she finds the purple book she's been looking for before she's captured? Dun dun dun. Her captors are the Nightshades, the secret student society, but as it turns out, it's just the cool kids hanging out in capes. And Wednesday has no trouble shaking them off. She is, however, forced to join Outreach Day at the local town center, which is actually convenient because she's looking for a pilgrim, and they have Pilgrim World there. She sees more evidence of the creepy girl clutching a book that has mysteriously been stolen. With no other clues but a vague connection to Crackstone, she goes investigating in the forest, looking for the old pilgrim meeting house ruin, where she has another vision of the creepy girl. She's Goody Addams, a powerful witch, and Wednesday's ancestor from 400 years ago. Goody was trying to protect her people from Crackstone, a zealot who had chained outcasts in a barn before setting fire to it. She also encounters the monster, who again, curiously, leaves her alone. Never one to show common sense, Wednesday follows the monster's tracks and discovers they turn into footsteps. The monster has a human form. And all of a sudden, Xavier turns up. Should we be suspicious? Wednesday vows revenge on Crackstone and has Thing torch up the Outreach Day celebrations, which destroys the new Crackstone fountain statue, while Wednesday plays Vivaldi on her cello. In the evening, the monster returns to the Pilgrim House ruin and kills the homeless man. But as it happens, the camera the man had stolen takes some nifty snaps of the monster as it kills him. We finally get to the school dance episode, which starts with a good old-fashioned breaking into the coroner's office where Wednesday discovers that the monster's victims had body parts surgically removed. Xavier is more suspicious than usual, so Wednesday follows him and finds creepy drawings of the monster in his artist studio, and to cover her tracks, ends up somehow asking him out to the dance? Wednesday and Eugene carry on investigating for the monster and discover a claw. Wednesday confronts Xavier. He admits to dreaming about the monster and realizes that Wednesday only asked him out as a subterfuge. Wednesday takes her clues to the sheriff and decides to take advantage of her newfound free time to go investigating in the monster's lair with Eugene. But Thing is romantic at Palm and has sent a secret message to Tyler, who turns up with a corsage. Now she has to go to the event and to a viral dance, while poor Eugene makes the terrible choice of going to the lair by himself. The towny kids decide to pull a carry at the dance, and in the mayhem, Wednesday has a vision of Eugene being attacked by the monster in the dark. She runs after him, only to find him in a bloodied mess. It's Parents' Weekend at the Nevermore Academy, which means that the Addams family is visiting, and Wednesday is thrilled. With excellent timing, the coroner kills himself, leaving a suicide note that implies Gomez Addams should have been convicted of murder in an old case, but there was a cover-up and he was acquitted. The trigger-happy sheriff arrests Gomez and the family is torn. Wednesday realizes that it was her mother that was the murderer and confronts her, which leads to the further realization that Gareth Gates was suffering from nightshade poisoning when he had attacked her parents, and therefore they were both innocent. They naturally dig up Gareth's body and find evidence of the poisoning, which leads to the reacquittal of Gomez by the mayor. The poisoning was actually accidental, as Gareth was under instructions from his dad to poison the punch and kill off the whole school. Yikes. I wonder if the Gateses will come up again. In other news, Wims is a shapeshifter. Rowan, the kid that had tried to kill Wednesday 4 episodes ago, had indeed been killed by the monster, but Wims and his family covered it up to protect his reputation and the school's. And, somebody lights up a barbecue at the school lawn. Pretty sure they didn't have permission for that. Crackstone's crypt must be the most popular crypt in the world, as Wednesday's friends throw her a surprise party there, which she loves. At least it's useful, as she gets another vision from Goody, which points to the old Gates house. Boy, the Gates are interesting, huh? The mayor wants to look into them, as he has some suspicions about the death of Laurel Gates, the younger sister who allegedly drowned overseas. Someone has been turning on the lights at the old place. He drops by just as Wednesday does, and of course, Wednesday crawls into his car. He gives her a ride to the old city center, where he was about to meet his old buddy the sheriff before a blue Cadillac ran him over. Wednesday tricks her friends into going to the Gates house. They love it! They initially find the blue Cadillac and go for further investigations, doing the old horror classic where you split so that the monster can eat one teenager at a time. Just as Wednesday and Enid have discovered that Laurel's room is way too neat for a room in an abandoned house, all of which occupants are dead, the monster comes! Where's Tyler? They find more evidence of monster murder in the basement before managing to escape, and look, Xavier shows up. Another coincidence. When the police turns up to the house, all the evidence is gone. In some further cleaning, the mayor is also offed in the hospital in a very efficient way. And someone is watching Wednesday. In episode 7, for the first time in 6 hours, we see Wednesday crack a smile. And it's not because he enjoys funerals, it's because Uncle Fester visits, needing to steer clear of the law. With his help and excellent topical commentary, they find an old diary that indicates that the monster is a Hyde, which means that there are 2 people involved, as a Hyde requires a master. Wednesday's running theory is that Xavier is the Hyde and Dr. Kimball is the master. How else can the as yet unknown relationship between them be explained? Maybe Wednesday should focus and look into it. Or she could go on a date with the hot barista at the hottest spot in town. That's right, you guessed it. It's the Crackstone Crypt. It all goes well, but just before they kiss, they are interrupted by Tyler's dad, who is searching in the forest for Fester. Upon Wednesday returning from the date, she finds her room ransacked, the diary stolen, and things tapped. It's almost as if someone knew she'd be away. Thing barely survives, but Wednesday is pissed. She accuses Skimbot of being the Hyde's master, but before she has a chance to prove it, the Hyde kills Skimbot. Wednesday has had enough. She goes to Xavier's studio, accuses him of being the monster, and discovers evidence in his desk. The sheriff arrests him, and Wednesday returns to the hunky barista to finish what she started. As they kiss, she has a vision that he actually is the monster. Oopsies! Wednesday wants to rectify her mistake and abducts Tyler with the nightshades in order to find the truth, and why not torture him a bit along the way. The kids naturally are not cool with that and go to Wims. Torturing teenagers is the last straw for Wims, who expels Wednesday. As she makes her goodbyes, she drops by the hospital to see Eugene, who has recovered, and he shares a key piece of evidence. The hooded figure he saw at the monster's lair was wearing red boots. Guess who else wore red boots on the night of the dance? For once, Wednesday takes a grown-up with her, a shapeshifted Wims, when she goes to Thornhill. The truth is uncovered. Professor Thornhill is the long-lost Laurel Gates, who has returned to avenge her family and resurrect Crackstone to kill all outcasts. Thornhill manages to kill Wims and capture Wednesday. That went well. Thornhill needs Wednesday's blood to open Crackstone's grave because Goody Addams has made it a requirement to use the blood of one of her descendants. So Thornhill stabs Wednesday, and having collated all the body parts she needed to resurrect Crackstone, fires up the pyrotechnics. I'm sure Goody must have had a good technical reason to use her blood to seal the grave, but it's not a great consideration for her descendants. Anyway, Crackstone is now Frankensteined and heads for the school to kill everyone and burn it down. Meanwhile, Eugene and Thing have alerted the kids in the school about the impending terror, and they are evacuating and rallying the troops. Goody also turns up and revives the dying Wednesday. Wednesday, resurrected, starts heading for the school when Tyler catches up with her and decides to show his inner Hyde. In it, conveniently wolves out for the first time and takes on Tyler Hyde. Hyde Tyler? Wednesday tracks back to the school where, with some help from Bianca, Xavier, and Eugene, Sadie Fitz, Crackstone, and Laurel, the school is saved, and we gear up for season 2 with a very high death count and many questions to answer. And that's it. We've made it to the end with time to spare. If you enjoyed this, maybe you like some of my other Wednesday videos. As always, thank you for watching.